Hey guys, how are you? Tonight I'm going to be doing a look using Rebel Rock Blue pigment. I've already done this eye, and I've primed this eye with Otherwordly paint pot on the inside corner and Blackground paint pot on the outside. And I'm going to start by taking Haunting eyeshadow from McQueen and just putting it over with a large fluffy brush, putting it over the Otherwordly because they match basically. So this is just going to seal that base down. If you don't have Otherwordly, you should try and get it. But you could also use Rollickin paint pot. Or barring that, you could use a neutral color like soft ochre. Then I'm going to take my Rebel Rock Blue pigment, which looks like this. I don't want to dump it out. I'm actually going to start applying it from the lid. I'm going to spritz my brush with Fix Plus. And I'm just going to start patting the color over the black base. Using my soft brush, this is a brush from Studio Basics, which is just like, it was like $4. But I really like it because it's soft and it's small, so it gets in the small areas of the eye. So I'm just using a patting motion. And I'm going all over the black because the goal is to not see the black. You just want the black because it's going to make the blue a little bit darker and it's going to make it stand out really well. So we're just blending that up and over a little bit through the crease. A little bit more. Okay. Now we're going to take Jewel Blue and a large fluffy brush. Jewel Blue is this color. And we're going to put that kind of on the border between the Haunting, and the Rebel Rock. So it's just going to help create kind of a gradient effect. Oops, wrong color there. Jewel Blue is a fabulous color. It's matte though, so if you want to use Fix Plus to apply it, make sure that you get the shadow on your brush first, then spritz your brush. Because if you get a matte shadow wet, you can change the texture and you can make it so that you actually have to like scrape off a bit to use it again. So you don't want to waste a limited edition eyeshadow if possible. Then we're going to take our pencil brush and get some Deep Truth on it. Deep Truth is this dark blue color. It's a lot like Submarine from Naughty Nautical, or oh, there's one out right now that I forget the name of it that's like Deep Truth, but Deep Truth is a permanent color, and I'm just putting it in at the very outer corner. I'm making little circles. This is just going to help make the crease a little darker without giving in and using carbon. Deep Truth blends better than carbon does, and I'm just going to carry it down onto the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back to my Otherwordly paint pot, which looks like this, if you don't know. It's a great matte robin's egg blue paint pot with phenomenal color payoff. And I'm just going to put it on the inner half of my lower lash line. And then we're going to cover that with some Haunting. People forget to put bases on their lower lash line, and then they wonder why their shadows don't stick. That's why. So I'm just using a small little brush here. I'm going to pause for a moment with a wet wipe, cleaning up fallout. This is why you do heavy eyeshadow first, and then you do foundation. Taking more Otherwordly, I'm going to put it on the inside corner of the eye, the tear duct, so we don't have a hard line on the inside corner where there's no makeup. Because nothing looks worse than hard lines. And then we're going to take my 227 brush and some Shroom. This is Shroom right there. load that up, and we're just going to start buffing out. So we have no hard lines. Making little circles. And don't forget the corners. You don't want any hard lines. And then before I go and I get more Shroom, I'm going to buff the brush out on my hand to make sure that I'm not putting any kind of blue pigment in the eyeshadow pot. Then after we do this, take a look in the mirror. You're probably going to need more Rebel Rock Blue, which is okay. There's no shame in that. Don't think just because you've done your highlight color that you have to be done. So go back to your Rebel Rock Blue, which is a color that if you like bright colors, you absolutely must have. It was limited edition, but you can find it on LiveJournal or Makeup Alley or eBay if you're brave. And we're just going to pat more on. So you can alternate between your Rebel Rock brush and your highlighter brush to try and get the fine lines to go away. The hard lines, I mean. It's looking better. Blend it over to the inside too. And we'll take the 227 one more time. And after I use this pigment, every time I'm closing the jar up, because I would rather take a little extra time than have that dump on the floor. Then take your wet wipe and just clean up again. Clean and buff and clean and buff. It's worth it to take the extra minutes. And lastly, we're going to take Crystal Avalanche, which is a white pearl color, and put it right under the brow bone. And Crystal Avalanche is a very soft textured eyeshadow. Okay, so I ran out of camera time, but I just applied some mascara, and that's pretty much it. And then I took some goofy photos. So if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a comment. Talk to you guys later.